Andy Warhol first popularized the idea of using images of canned food as a form of artistic expression. He used it to convey a message, and Canstruction Toronto, a charity competition, aims to do the same. Every year, architects, designers, and engineers get together to create amazing structures made out of canned food in an effort to affect change one building block at a time.
It was started in 1992 in New York, and it came to Toronto in 1999. Internationally, it's in 150 cities now, and to date, they've raised 25 million pounds of food, and it is the largest food charity in the world.
It's important because we generate a lot of interest and a lot of public awareness for the work that the food bank, the Daily Red Food Bank, does throughout the year. And we also supply a lot of cans to help feed some hungry families.
Toronto has raised over 740,000 pounds of food since we've started. The teams build it over the course of the one night. It's a competition, and some of the categories are best meal, best use of labels, structural ingenuity, jurors' favorite, and honorable mention. So they're used to building structures out of bricks and steel, and this way they get to really put their skills to a test.
We are building a dinosaur. It's half two-dimensional, so cutting through looking at a skeleton, and the other side is a three-dimensional dinosaur. We used a 3D modeling software that is pretty prevalent in our school. So we used that in the computers and modeled all the cans and all the contours and the substructure. So it is quite difficult in structure when we have a cantilevering neck and the tail, as you see in the steel. So it's a little bit difficult that way, but I think we really like the challenge. Having this event held at the Toronto, at the TD Towers, it's a really good hub for the public to go around and notice these sculptures that they wouldn't normally notice, and like, oh my gosh, they're made out of cans.
We're building a slide in the playground, and the inspiration was, we called our theme Can't Let Hunger Slide, so it's a play on words. We chose the liveliest cans to represent the playground. The sardine cans are green and red, the blue is a mango juice, and the yellow are chicken, and the white cans are turkey.
We're building a giant Popeye statue out of cans, and the inspiration was to do with this year's theme, which is fighting hunger. And Popeye always gets his spinach, so that's what we're going with. This is good because it's very visual. This is in a very open area, part of Toronto, right down the financial district. So this is a good way to bring awareness to it and get people active, I think, in helping donate towards the food bank. We're gonna win, right?
We're building here a wampum belt, one of the means of communication in the Native Americans. And the wampum belt is a Three Sisters wampum belt. Three Sisters being the corn, maize and squash, the companion planting that the native people planted 100 years ago. And the wampum belt was a mean of communicating ideas, treaties, big stories. And this one is a food story. And we're gonna win.
Yeah!
We built a model of Instagram capturing an empty plate or bowl with a single can of food in the center. And what inspired it is a lot of people use Instagram as social media to take lavish pictures of their luxurious meals. And we wanted to use it to kind of bring social awareness to hunger. So on the back of the model, there's actually a hashtag hunger on the back. I think we stand a really good chance of winning.
In most cases, the companies that the people work for donate the food, and it is then basically disassembled a week later, and the food bank comes and picks it up, and they take it back and distribute it through their various food drives.
We built a low battery And the idea is that people who experience hunger have trouble focusing, and they experience a lot of anxiety around the idea of getting their next meal. One of the best things that makes Canstruction great is that all of these amazing firms come together to unify around a single cause.
What we have behind me is a scene out of Super Mario Brothers. And in the center is the piranha flower. The piranha flower in Japan signifies the enemy. So the theme this year is fighting hunger. So hunger is our enemy. Right now we are using about 3,300 cans, plus or minus, and we've got an assortment of them. We've got very nutritional, healthy beans and veggies, a good number of fish and mackerels. Usually those are the ones that the food bank wants, high in demand. And we've also picked cans based on their color so that it matches our design. Here's to stamping out hunger. Yeah!
We are building this year a structure based on orange is the new black. Our theme is giving is the new black. So we're hoping that by building a jail cell with the main character, Crazy Eyes, that we can inspire people to help release people from the prison that is hunger.
Giving is the new black!
We're building a loonie, and we were inspired by the idea of $1 being able to make a difference. So we're just trying to inspire people to maybe spend an extra $1 when they're at the grocery store and buy a can for the food bank, and that can go a really long way in fighting hunger in the GTA.
This year we're building a 3-sided mural. On each face is one of our past or current or future monarchs. So one side's Kate Middleton, one side's Queen Elizabeth II, and the other is Queen Victoria. So the theme is a feast for a queen. Building the mosaic's a little tricky because when you look up close, it can be hard to see the forest for the trees. So what we do is we start with a simple image. We'll convert it to 2, 3, or in this case 4 colors, and then pixelate it where we've got a grid, so when we're laying it out, everyone knows what label can be in what spot. These structures are usually up for the week. Everyone coming and going through the core here gets to take a look at it and be reminded that donating to the food bank and hunger is a year-round problem. So even though this is only for one day of the year, we hope to sort of inspire people to keep giving.
Go team, go!
This year's Best Use of Label Award is A Queen's Feast by BA Consulting.
We've won the Best Use of Labels Award. We are so gracious to receive this award. This is the first time our firm has received this in the 8 years we've been participating in this competition. We're so thankful.
We're acoustics engineering and Rebanks Pepper Littlewood Architects.
We won the Structural Ingenuity Award, and we're pretty excited. But one thing that we were concerned about when we first started designing it was actually how it was going to stand up, because it's 6.5 feet tall. I don't actually know how much it weighs, but there's about 5,000 cans in it, and we were concerned that it was going to fall over, so we spent quite a bit of time designing a structure just to help it stand up, so we're very pleased.
And the award is going to Canon Design.
We won Jurors' Favor Award, and we're very happy to win that, and to us it's a very great accomplishment for this year.
The winner of this year's best meal goes to ACOM.
We won the Best Meal Award. This is a really great award. I think it's one of the hardest ones to win. We try to pick the cans based on color, of course, is the first for design, but again, balancing it with the 4 food groups is really difficult to do. We tried our best and we won.
I think art's a really great way to connect to people who might not necessarily think about these issues in their day-to-day life, but when they're confronted with something that's larger than life, that really breaks the norm of what they're used to seeing every day, that brings something that they don't typically think about to the forefront.